Well. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day today. Okay. Um, there is a lot to go over today. Got a big matchup this weekend. Obviously, with the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday playing at AT&T Stadium, and at this point, this is a must-win game for the Eagles. It might not look at it like some people will look at this game like that because, if the Eagles win, obviously they'll be ahead, especially in the division as well. And when it comes to the first seed, that's where it's going to be really important. When it comes to the division, obviously, if the Eagles lose this game, the Eagles will be tied with the Cowboys. But do we really want to get into that position as of right now? So a lot has happened this week. The Eagles seem really healthy this week. Getting Zach Cunningham back is probably huge this week for the linebackers. And then, Shaquille Leonard is going to get his shot this week and see that little duo happen and how much they actually use him this week. It's going to be a lot of fun to see, this is what happens when you don't put money into the position. It's what happens. Nick Sirianni is like, Christian Ellis, man, I didn't realize he had so much, he was going to go off. I figured he was going to come back to the practice squad, blah, blah, blah. They waived Christian Ellis. And he had 6 teams that were literally interested in him. The Patriots got him in like 2 seconds. Not even – we can't even produce linebackers. Now, on top of losing a special teams ace in – on top of losing a special teams ace in Christian Ellis, now you're down to not really much of anything. Now you have to worry about – we have to wait till Nakobe Dean gets back. That's the most important thing right now. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming in today. I feel like this week went by really slow. I could be wrong, though. We got Brian, formerly known as JoJo. What's going on? We got Lydia, Marcus Polk, House Cat. What's going on, man? We got Jackson McMullen. We got Jerry Frey. What's going on? Franco Rivera. What's going on? Fat Falk. Fat Falk. Walt. Jackson, let's see, Parker to Fly, what's going on? Parlay, one word a day, what's going on, guys? We got a super chat to start off from CW Gear. Thank you so much, man. He says, is it sad to say that the kids from the old Mighty Ducks movies hit harder than a lot of the players on this team and aren't afraid to hit? So that's what we're going to get into this stream. I know a lot of people probably hated me from that last video I did. And look, I am nothing special. I am just an opinion like you guys. The difference between me and you is that I show my face on camera and do this shit every single day, which sometimes I hate doing at times with certain situations. When it comes to players, I talk about a player because I want them to be better. I talk shit about a certain player whether it's a coach, a player, whatever it is. I do this because I know it could be better. I know they could play better. And what we heard from Slay was not great. Some people in the comment section were really talking a lot of shit, and they're like, I don't know how you could say this about him, blah, blah, blah. It really pissed me off. And Gearhead, appreciate the super chat very much. I don't know. My Pee Wee League back in 5th grade probably had more heart than this team does as of right now. And it's really hard to it's insane, man. Chris says no play Slay until he proves us otherwise. I think he's gonna pity paddle his way through this defense. So this just annoyed the shit out of me today. It really annoyed me. Beyond, okay? Now, Slay responds to Seth Joyner's comments about Eagles DBs not wanting to tackle. Okay. Says, I think I played a solid game. Could have made more plays. I had a great tackling day. I was tackling very, very well. A guy named Seth Joyner said, we don't want to tackle. I don't want what kind of tackles he wants us to do, but getting a guy on the ground is getting a guy on the ground. I think I led the team in tackles. I think he played linebacker. They didn't teach how to tackle back then. I don't want to be lowering my helmet down. I want to be able to talk to my kids. I don't want to be getting my teeth knocked out, getting in concut. Why even say this shit? Number one, if a cornerback is leading your defense in tackles, that's not good. I don't think it is. For my sake, I don't think that's even good at all. Okay. But that's just that's the story of our season. The ass kicking that if Dallas beats our ass on Sunday, and I really, really hope not, I'm praying that it does not happen. Okay. These older players want to be there for their kids. And I totally respect that. I get it. But once you sign that contract, tell me if I'm wrong here. Didn't Slay ask for more money? Didn't Slay almost go to the Ravens and we were pissed off that he literally was going to go to another team? Comes back, gets more money. I don't know what the contract was. Comes back and gets more money. And then all of a sudden, like now, as long as I get somebody to the ground, it's what it's how I get him to the ground. I want like Tariq Woolen. I want like those corners that just fucking want to punch somebody in the mouth. You know what I mean? It's annoying. It's just like, that's not how you play football, dude. Like, you go into an NFL football league, you sign a contract, you strap that helmet on, and to the point of where if you're an older player, you might be thinking about things like this, but if you're not going to play to your full extent because you don't want to tackle a certain way and you don't want to get concussions and you don't want to give your body up. The only two players I see giving their bodies up for the Philadelphia Eagles are Reed Blankenship, okay? Reed Blankenship and Sidney Brown are the only two players that really hit hard on this team, that will sacrifice their body, that will literally do so much for this team. When you sign on the dotted line, dude, you give yourself up to the NFL. That's how it goes. You can always walk away from the game. You can always retire whenever you want. There are options out there. And if Slay is not going to play this is our number one corner that is the captain of this team. And it's just, it's soft. It's not. That's our leader, dude. That's our leader. You let San Francisco take a dump on you on Sunday, and literally when the Big Dom shit happened, that was when the Big Dom shit happened in that game, that was like, it started to go in the direction of, holy shit, man, we are in a fight right now. Wow, they just woke up and said, holy shit, we're in a fight and we got to start playing really well. And guess what happened? They got shitted on. And then I see a video of him trying to be funny on the Eagles. The Eagles uploaded something with Slay today, I think because all the shit that he's getting. And that's a problem. The defense is playing. Seriously, dude. Seriously. I have to put this up. Let me email this picture to myself, and then I got to put it up on here of what Sean Desai said before the season started of what this defense was supposed to be. Okay? Is this it? Yeah. I want to put this up because I think this is really important. Of what we were promised before the season. Let me just get to my email quick. Shout out to Rockstar Slayer for just doing the whole entire quote for me. That's actually put a comment down below on this. I thought this was actually pretty damn hilarious. If I can get it up right now, pause. Yeah. So this is what he said before the season started. He said, we want to run. We want to hit. We want to impose our will on people. We want to embody the brand of this city and be gritty and be tough. And we're not going to take anything from anybody. We want people to able to feel us physically, mentally, emotionally. That is the biggest sack of shit I have ever heard in my life. I'm losing my mind as an Eagles fan hearing this shit. I'm losing my mind hearing this shit every single year. It's not good. If they show no fight against Dallas, I don't know what to even think. I don't. Because now they're at the most important part. You almost got through the hard part of the schedule is really over with. Really, at the end of the day, the Eagles beat, Kansas City, they beat Miami, they beat, Buffalo. Like, they went through the meat and potatoes of really their schedule. This is an important game because you have a chance to shut out Dallas when they're at home. And we're just talking defense here because the offense already has enough issues of it as its own from this week, which we'll talk about because that's, I think, really important as well. So it's insane. One word say, Desai realized he don't know how to call plays. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Sean Desai is, like, he actually holds himself accountable. Like, he's not going to lie to your face. Like, even the one thing I could say about him on top of, like, the shit passive bend, don't break defense that we run here in Philadelphia is that he actually definitely holds himself accountable. Like, he'll say, I have to be better. He'll say that, he's got to make better calls consistently. And I think that's the truth because we don't know how to blitz. The blitz probably our blitzing looks the worst out of the whole league. We don't know how to collapse a pocket with a blitz. We don't even know how to blitz, period. Your front four can't get pressure consistently. You don't help your four-man pass rush, at least trying to add a fifth guy. The QB scramble drill is killing us this year. Every QB, third and long, whatever the case may be, it's killing us. Killing us. Chris says, no more in-season podcasts from players. It needs to be. And that's another thing I'm pissed off about. Today's day and age now, I can't stand all these players that have these podcasts now. It's ruining the game. It's just like they're putting targets on their back when they say certain things, or I don't know. It's like entertainment at this point, and I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it at all. At least with, like, New Heights, they talk about random shit, and that's fine, but some of it is just ridiculous. Big D says, reminder, San Francisco targeted the middle of the field. They didn't adjust. Yeah. I mean, we didn't adjust defensively, and we didn't, offensively, we didn't obviously run the ball. I mean, you had two guys standing outside. You had two guys standing outside the NovaCare complex with a run the ball sign. And Nick just laughs at it. Oh, we gave them coffee and, I know we have to run the ball. Yeah, well, now we know because we found out the other day, a couple days ago, Dave Spadaro was literally taking questions from Eagles fans, okay? And, like, somebody asked, like, hey, who runs this offense? Give me a percentage, something. And what was said was Nick has the game plan, and the coordinators just piggyback off of it and give him some tips and add into the playbook during the week. So Nick's another problem because if Nick is going to do this every year, he's not going to last as a head coach. Howie Roseman is drafting great players and doing this and doing that. It's just, I understand Howie Roseman, like, look, I think the contracts are always good. I understand, like, this defense has to be revamped. Not even the trenches. I'm talking about they got to get corners that have some fucking balls to break someone's teeth. Like, I don't see hard hits from nobody. I don't see any. I don't even know. I do know. Probably said, I disagree with the last take. Snap count is better, bro. Play defense more. Offense needs to step up. Well, both sides need to step up regardless. Jackson says, I wonder how much the Eagles will run the ball. The coaches have talked big all season, but never come through. I need to see it this week. This is 2021 all over again in a fucking nutshell. Again. So, not saying that BrianJohnson doesn't have some blame, but those first halves of games have been all Nick Sirianni trying to get that dagger shot downfield. Pass happy, pass happy, pass happy. I mean, you're doing play action without a successful run game. Seriously. You're trying to you're trying to make the play action work, but play action is only going to work with a successful run game. You're not fooling anybody. You're not tricking anybody. So they'll blame Dallas Goedert being out, which thank God he's coming back. The Eagles are relatively pretty healthy. Last time they faced Dallas, CeeDee Lamb almost broke 200 yards facing Eli Ricks, facing Josh Jobe. I mean, there was no competition because they're gonna move him to the inside. They're gonna move him to the inside. There's no doubt about it. It's gonna happen. And in that fourth quarter, Slay went up to Sean Desai and said, if 88 moves inside, I'm moving inside. And on those 4 snaps that Slay had against CD, I think CD only had 1 first down. And he destroyed these undrafted free agents that we really had no chance. And our pass rush can't hit home because of that. So if Slay moves to the inside, then you're going to be man-to-man on the outside. Do they trust Bradley Roby on the outside? I don't know. I don't think so, but I guess we're going to find out come Sunday night. Matt says, our D-line needs to show up. Let's close the gaps and get back to stopping the run. Yeah, and it really, against the run, the Eagles have trailed off a little bit. Haven't looked great. One where it says, Slay needs to stop talking so much, focus on the details of the game. Totally agree. Ron says, evening to you, bro. Did you happen to see the huge high praise AJ gave Keely Ringo? AJ said Keely makes him better. Thought that was a really good sign for Keely. Yeah, look, I mean, that's great. I mean, you got to see more productivity in the future and stuff like that. But we'll see down the road what happens. You know what I mean? CoLC says, Nick needs to stop calling plays. He did that shit before and he gave up. Yeah, I mean, that's when he gave the play calling to Shane Steichen. I mean, you got to wake up, dude. I mean, you got to wake up. You went through game because they were winning in these second halves, and Jalen Hurts looks like the hero every single week, and the defense at times too. I mean, to put that much pressure on your offense, which, pressure really never phases Jalen Hurts. And I think Jalen Hurts is suffering in this offensive system in the first half tremendously because I think he's definitely hurt. He's not 100% healthy. I think they're doing way too much in the past. Like, I think they're not using Jalen. I think they're afraid to use Jalen Hurts' legs or his skill set or that third element that we're kind of missing from this offense. And I don't think they want to exploit that much. And they want to keep him in the pocket more. And he missed some wide open guys last week. He's been missing some guys open. Like, he's made some mistakes, but nothing's working. I mean, you don't even know what running back you want to use. You don't even run the ball, period. 6 carries for DeAndre Swift is a fucking, like, somebody arrest that man for that shit. Honestly, somebody arrest him for that. Because that's, I don't even know. I don't even know. EC1 says, Slay's starting to act like a diva, not a leader. Everything that Slay does, people get crazy over. When Slay was going to leave to go to Baltimore, people were pissed. People were pissed off. He came back, got more money, and now he says this shit. No wonder our defense, this coach has probably made every player soft besides guys in the trenches, besides Reed Blankenship, besides Sidney Brown and some of these other guys. Seth won the Super Bowl in Denver. It was Terrell Davis and Elway, not the him. CoLC says, what happened to bracket coverage? We played against Miami. Yeah, like, I thought Miami was good because, I mean, they held Tyreek Hill to 88 yards, which no team could do that, okay? The pressure wasn't that bad in that game. They were getting some good pressure in that game. They knew, since it was a track star offense, they knew how to contain. If someone got the ball, they would contain, not tackle immediately, but contain. They would stop in their tracks a little bit, wait for some other guys. Like, we don't even have 6-7 helmets to the football. Like, on a dump off pass, did you see the 49ers game on just a dump off to Kittle, a dump off to Debo with missed tackles? I mean, Kittle had a dump off pass, literally sideline pass, and he goes up 35 yards. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Like, not enough heads to the football ever. I don't see a group effort ever defensively. And this tackling, holy shit, dude. It's crazy, dude. I don't know what to say. I didn't even really care that. I mean, I cared that we lost that game, but it's how we lost. Like, we internally got fucking bullied around. Like, we got fucking, like, pushed around. I'm telling you, that made me feel horrible. Now you're going into Dallas. Cowboy and 49er fans are holding hands together like, oh, we weakened them up for you, bro. You know, kissing each other on the mouth. They're going to go into Dallas, and we're going to see what they have. And you know what? Dallas Cowboys are good at home. We haven't beat them in Dallas in a while. And I got to see a different team that game. I got to see something because that was atrocious on Sunday. You faced the best team in the NFL on Sunday. You faced them. And if you meet them again, it better be a different story. It better be a different story. The little comments. I mean, we're already written off. Marcus Mariota, David Carr, Marcus Mariota to start over. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy how much, and I hope they keep doing it because maybe it will. Getting your ass kicked like that should really change the team. It really should. It's crazy. Sean said, Joeyshakes, how did the Eagles defense didn't give up more points, yards to Miami? Miami is one of the best. That's what I'm saying. Like, because whenever they feel like playing, whenever they feel like they're doing something right, or, some games, like, I thought the Tampa Bay game was good. Miami was probably the best game. The second half to the Rams game defensively was good. Even the second half, like maybe the end of the fourth quarter for Dallas, from the way they kind of held up a little bit, I thought they did a really good job. But it's just so inconsistent. How do you go from one game plan to the next looking like that? It's like this defensive coordinator is still learning how to use his fucking players in this bend, don't break scheme, this passive ass scheme that I cannot stand. I can understand why you play back. I can understand why you're not giving up the big play, but obviously you just gave up plays underneath, because if you can't tackle, you can't do a damn thing. Simple as that. I've been pissed off this whole entire week. I've been trying not to think about it too much. Thank God I had some other stuff going on. But this pissed me off entirely. Entirely. CW Gear with Super Chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, biggest effort guys to see in the secondary is Reed and Sidney, but Reed is trying to do much and bail everyone out. It's gassing him and it's getting him out of position too much is my knock on Reed. And I don't think, Reed might not be a starting safety. I know he has the top safety and Pro Bowl votes, and I know there's good things happening with Reed Blankenship right now, but is he a starting safety in the league? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say he is. I'm not going to say he's not, but the Eagles need to revamp and change things instantly. The only thing I know with how the Eagles can acquire players is obviously they could draft trench guys pretty damn well. When it comes to linebacker, they can't do this anymore. You've dipped into free agency like 4 times to get guys. And Nakobe Dean's already been on IR 2 times already. It's crazy. CW Gear with the Super Chat. Thank you so much, man. So much, my dude. He says, biggest effort guys see in the secondary is Reed, Sidney, but Reed is trying to. Oh, I already read it, dude. I'm going out of my mind. I already read it, and I don't even remember reading it. I'm so pissed. I'm so fucking heated, like it's ridiculous. So, Gearhead, I appreciate it. I didn't even know I just read that. Like, that's how pissed off I am. Like, I am blacking out as we're speaking right now. Appreciate it so much, man. Sorry if I already read that, and Jesus, it's crazy. Jake says the players act like this was just a loss, but the losses made them go from the best team in the NFL to the complete fraud in the national media, and the Niners keep talking Bosa blueprint BS. Yeah, that was a bunch of bullshit too. Like, this is a regular season game that, the Eagles treated this they treated that Niners game like a game, and the Niners came in for blood and they whooped your ass. And that's what happened. That's what happened. So it doesn't like shit like this doesn't piss me off because we deserve to get our ass kicked. It doesn't bother me because we still got to go through the playoffs. The 49ers still got to go through the playoffs. It's a regular season game. The Eagles have their second loss of the season. The 49ers maybe have helped us tremendously. To be honest, I'm hoping it did. And that's just what it is. Paul says Jalen should always have a Brian Westbrook on every play. Yeah, and they don't. And they don't. Reggie says, you know who was on the IR in his first 2 years a lot? Brandon Graham. Yeah, I mean, but he's not playing horrible this year. Yeah, Bosa had one good pressure the whole game. I mean, Bosa had one good pressure. I mean, I think that's really about it. Chris says the team, appreciate the super chat, says the team seemed gassed before the kickoff. Yeah, it just seemed flat. It seemed really flat. I mean, literally you had 49ers players go up into Bradbury's face during warm-ups and nobody defended him, which really fucking pissed me off. I'm not holding back anymore. I'm going to say it like it is because that was just pure bullshit. So, appreciate the super chat. We got a super chat from Shane Halton. Says, or maybe he doesn't trust his old cornerbacks to play man-to-man defense. Just constructed badly. Everybody besides Reed is over 30. Needs some young bulls. Well, I mean, Bradbury's not 30 years old. So, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. I don't know if that's what he thinks. Like, oh yeah, Slay's old. We can't use him that way. That's the best way to use him. I don't think that's the case. There's no way that he thinks that. I doubt that he's saying, oh, well, he can't play man-to-man anymore. I mean, that's how they're using him, but I can't believe that. And if that's the truth, that's really sad. Philly said, anyone know, wait, what did Slay say again? I missed it. All right, well, I'll bring it up one more time for people that are late coming to the chat. This is what Slay said, okay? Slay said, I think I played a solid game. Could have made more plays. I had a great tackling day. I was tackling very, very well. A guy named Seth Joyner said, we don't want to tackle. I don't know what kind of tackles he wants us to do. Getting a guy on the ground is getting a guy on the ground. I think I led the team in tackles. I think he played linebacker. They didn't teach guys how to tackle right back then. Sorry. I don't want to be lowering my helmet down. I want to be able to talk to my kids. I don't want to be getting my teeth knocked out, getting in concussion protocol. I mean, that's just a straight up that's just like, what the fuck is that? What is that? If I said that like on my own podcast as a player that plays for the Philadelphia Eagles and a captain of this team, I mean, that's just, what is that? Don says, should we package a deal for Surtain this offseason? I don't know. Depends if that's, well, here's another thing that pisses me off of Eagle fans. I'm not even just saying you in general because of a question like that. Okay. You guys need to realize that adding another player to this defense is not going to do anything. This scheme is going to be over the players. These players are set up for failure. These teams are not being put in the right positions to win football games. You're not using players to their strengths or their weaknesses. Sometimes neither. Just depends on the game and how we play. Adding Sue ain't going to do shit. Adding Surtain is going to do well under a new defensive coordinator, but this is all Nick Sirianni at the end of the day. Nick did all of this. Nick wanted, before this season started, before going into this offseason, he wanted to get another defensive coordinator, okay? Nick wanted a Gannon scheme going into this year, and he hired the right coach that was going to literally follow what he wanted. And that's what we got. And it's almost sad to think that this defense is almost worse than last year. So getting all these, let's just add I don't care if you add 50 Pro Bowl players to this roster. That scheme is going to overtake whoever's good on this team. It is scheme over roster. Players are going to fail, and that's how it is. They could have, of course, trade for Surtain. But if you moved Surtain 50 yards off the line, it ain't going to matter. Put Patrick Peterson in his prime there. It's not going to matter. Put Deion Sanders there. It's not going to matter. This scheme is going to set players up for failure. That's what I'm saying. I'll cover news and say, hey, the Eagles might be going after this and maybe we should do this. But at the end of the day, is it really going to matter? That's where I'm kind of, that's what I'm doing. I don't like the scheme. I've hated the scheme since since last year, and they were bringing it back. And then I figured maybe it was going to be, we heard that it was going to be the same scheme as Jonathan Gannon, but I figured there was a little bit more aggressive flavor into the scheme. I mean, that's what I kind of thought. You know what I mean? RPF says, you're right, Joey, about the defense. Desai is passing competent DC. You can have the 1978 steel curtain defense, and Desai would find a way to screw it up. Yeah. It doesn't matter about personnel. Everyone thinks like we get another guy, we replace Slay during the season or, some shit like that. And I just looked at everybody like, dude, like, why does everyone think getting a new player is going to make a difference? It's not. But what I do is I'm going to support this team. However, I'm going to support this team and just do whatever I got to do. That's it. That's all I'm here for. I'm here to support the team, deal with it, and that's it. And bitch about it afterwards, which kind of been doing, anyway. So Greg says, agreed with Joey. Our scheme sucks and is too vanilla. It is. It's very vanilla. Torrance says the coaching is so bad that even the players don't realize how bad it is. I don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. But you know why? You know why players aren't going to complain? When the Eagles were winning, that's when they're not going to complain. Once the Eagles start losing games, which they just started last week, they lose against Dallas, okay? Then things are going to happen very slowly. Healing heals. Winning, sorry, I can't talk tonight. Winning heals everything. It does. Winning takes away all of those mistakes. And, you could put shit under the rug and be like, we won. So if we just won this way, screw it. We're going to do it even more games. If we want to pass a million times in the first half, barely run the football, screw it. We'll do it again because we're winning this way. And finally, it has caught up to us. And finally, if the Jets loss didn't change them, I'm hoping this ass kicking that they got from San Francisco is going to change this whole entire thing. Simple as that. Philly D says Slay's comment was ridiculous. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks it's ridiculous. I think it's totally. You should have just shut your mouth and let us and let nobody know about this. Because now every time Slay gets fucking burnt or how he tackles somebody or how lazy he is at tackling somebody, he'd rather defend an area and push somebody out of bounds. He thinks as long as I get them on the ground, Oh yeah, so if you could straight up tackle them and lay somebody out. I mean, did you see what Debo did? Debo wanted to smoke so bad. He wanted to smoke so bad. He even went on kick returns and was like, yo, come on, I want a piece of you. And the Eagles just pity-patty tackled him like a preschool football team. Like, seriously. I gave all the respect to the 49ers. They talked the talk. They walked the walk. They came straight in black, and they whooped our ass. And part of me was like, I'm kind of glad we got our asses kicked. I'm really hoping this just mentally just pissed everybody off. Pissed them off. Blaine Keller Green says, what up, Joey? Just jumped in here after hearing Slay. I remember we signed Isaiah Rodgers for next year. Yeah, so the Isaiah Rodgers, or Eli Rodgers, whatever his name is. Yeah, that's the guy that's on the that came from the Colts, I think. I think he's still very young. He's 24. I think he plays kick. I think he's a kick returner and a corner as well. He got in trouble for gambling, going to be out for the whole year, but we'll have a new corner. We have a lot of corners, man. Slay, I don't think he's got one more year left on his deal. I don't think Slay's going to be here next year. I'm already kind of on board and just bye-bye, see you later. Just about. I'm done with Sean Desai. And whatever they do offensively, they need to figure it out. Because if I'm not seeing the best of BrianJohnson right now, we need to see it. We got to see it. Ridiculous says, why the fuck do we even have coaches if they don't coach with their own creative? Well, that's what I'm saying. Everything is based off of analytics. Oh, if we go for it on 3rd and 2, we should do this play on 3rd and 2. There's a high probability of 85% that we'll get this play. Like, that's how they do their offense. Like, if you base your offense on analytics, how do you have a feel of the game? How do you find out what the identity of your football team is? Seriously, how do you actually find out the identity? I don't even know where our identity is. Our identity is we don't do shit in the first half and we run in the second half. That's the identity we have. We don't have an identity. You base your coach. Our coach doesn't even have a feel for the game. Unflex says Sirianni is not a good NFL coach. He's creating a like culture. I think he's great at creating a culture. I think he's a player's coach. I think players like him. I think players want to play for him. But regards to him ever putting anything in his hands that's a playbook or giving a couple sheets of pieces of paper to BrianJohnson saying, hey, run this shit in the first half. And that's what he's doing. Michael says cowardly statement. RPF says Seth Joyner comments were right on the money in small game Slay. I remember seeing Seth Joyner play. He was the enforcer bass of the gangrene defense. Small game Slay is cooked as a player. It's not good, man. It's not good. We got a super chat from Shade Hudson says he blitzed Purdy 10 times, which meant man-to-man. He went 10 for 10 for 213 yards, and the front four isn't dominant. The defense is average at best. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So that's how that goes. Jarrell Ray says, Doug, I understand the frustrations, but come on, bro. Really, you can't be mad at this man for what he said. And you played football, so you think you'd understand where he's coming from. Well, I haven't played football. I haven't played football until I'm over 30. I'm not playing football right now at the age he's playing right now. Okay. What I know is when you sign a contract, you play your best at the end of the day. Like you sign a contract, you got more money this year, and you put out a statement like this after what was said about you after the game by Seth Joyner that you guys don't like to fucking tackle. You sacrifice your body for the NFL. That's the name of the game. You're a pro wrestler, you sacrifice your body. You're a fucking race car driver, you sacrifice your body. Anything that you do in sports, you are sacrificing yourself. I'm sorry, but I don't see any hard-hitting corners I don't see any hard-hitting corners on this team. I don't see anybody that just wants to beat someone in the fucking mouth. You think Malcolm Jenkins cared about, Malcolm Jenkins has a wife and has kids and he's got all that shit. And did you ever see Malcolm Jenkins make a stupid statement like this and be like, I'm not going to tackle like that anymore because I'm getting older. And it just sounds so fucking weak. Simple as that. Then don't play the sport. Then don't play. Then retire. If that's what if you're that afraid, then don't play. It's very simple to just hang your cleats up and retire. I'm sacrificing myself driving out of my fucking parking spot to go to work. I'm sacrificing myself walking down the street and hoping something bad doesn't happen to me. There's always a sacrifice. Anything you do, there's a sacrifice. Every single day of your life, there is a sacrifice, and you're putting yourself out there, and bad things can happen. We see it every day. This is the best job in the world, to play sports, to get paid millions of dollars doing it. That's my concern right now. My concern is the leader of this defense is telling everybody, I don't want to tackle this way. I don't want to, because I got family, my kids. And like, I understand the health aspect. I understand that the league is trying to get guys to play more safe. I get it. But you just got disrespected last week. Okay, it's not like if we destroyed the 49ers and then this statement came out, it wouldn't look as bad. It's still bad, but wouldn't look as bad. But that statement, that game What you guys did, what we did in this game last Sunday is there's no room to talk after that. And you put out a statement like that on your own fucking podcast. Stay off your podcast. All it's going to do is get you in trouble with the fans. Because every time Slay gets burnt now or he doesn't tackle right, that everyone is just going to call him big. I don't want to call him Big Play Slay anymore because he's not playing that. The scheme might be overtaking a lot of the scheme is over the players. So you're not getting the best out of your roster. Simple as that. Hiroshi, I'm in the military, just hit 17 years. I understand. Hey, dude, then you know more than anybody. And I support the military like crazy. So, and I got a lot of family members in the service as well. So thank you for your service, by the way. Very much. Very much. Very much. Slick says D-line needs to get to the quarterback to help out the guys behind him. More depth at D-line would help too, having fresh guys out there. Yeah, I mean, if they want to add Sue, I'm perfectly fine with it. Apparently, Sue wants to go to a contender. He's going to sign probably in a week or two. And I'm guessing, the Eagles could be the top spot. He already played here last year. He knows the players. And you know what? Why not? Still the best record in football right now. Okay? So there's a big chance he can be back. Chris says you get paid untold millions to play a kid's game. Yeah. Hawk says Joey gave Slay a pass. Bro, his family. What the fuck does that mean? Cowboy fan. What does that mean? Flying Puppet says, bro, we're missing toughness. That's true. Toughness. They don't know when to fight back. No pushback, no nothing. Matt says the question, who is even the backup to Slay, say something happens where he goes down. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, Slay rarely goes down, so. And sometimes he plays with injuries too. Everyone's banged up during this time. This is just how it is. Let's start calling him Darius. Reese Buff says, to touch on what you said about Slay in your earlier video, you are 100% correct on they should revamp the secondary. Oh, they have to. I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm done. This defensive coordinator has to go. Our defensive coordinator needs to go. And they need to shore up linebacker and corner like today. It's done. I'm not up for Slay staying next year. Bradbury, I'm fine with him staying another year. I'm fine with him. If they use him differently, I think he could do well as a number 2. Not really have he started to play a little bit better the last few games, I have to say. Season, some games he didn't play well, but this scheme is making, obviously, when you're sitting still 8 yards away from the receiver or tight end and you have to stand still and wait and have a receiver run into your face at 100% speed, you're not winning that matchup. You are never winning that matchup. I don't care who you are. Jarrell said, I just think we're all just talking this we're 3-10 or something. I believe Nick and the crew in San Francisco will come back to the link. That mess won't happen again. Well, dude, I swear, if they come back to the link and that shit happens again, then shame on them. Someone has to get fired after that shit. If they lose like that in the playoffs and it's against San Fran in a big game, and if the Eagles hold the first seed and they're playing at home and they get disrespected again like that, it's going to be a fucking problem. So the 49ers could enjoy their win in the regular season because their season's not done yet. Our season's not done yet. Both of these teams are going to the playoffs. The last laugh is going to be on them. It might be because they haven't won a Super Bowl yet. The season's not over yet. So their revenge they got the revenge they wanted. But what they just did to the Eagles, they ripped their hearts out and ate their hearts. They ripped them up. Michael says defense secondary needs to grow a backbone. And they don't have it. They don't have it. Victor says trade AJ for Surtain. Let's make this team more balanced. No. No. You kidding me? Dude, that's over the top. That's over the top. Terrell said, I love the passion through the shit San Francisco did. It was insane. Shouldn't have happened again. They are going to rectify this. San Francisco was not the best team in the league. We just got out game planned. Yeah, well, our souls were taken. They ripped our hearts out. They took our souls. That's what they did. Chris said, if they lose like that, anyone again questions the evaluation. Yeah, I mean, if they lose like that again, I mean, even if they get killed by Dallas, it's going to be alarming. We're talking like they're obviously, yes. We're talking as if this is a 3-10 team. Yeah, like no joke. We're talking as if they only have 2-3 wins for the season. It's really sad. Like, this team is better than this. The play calling is better. These coaches are better than this. And let me tell you something. If Jeffrey Lurie is going to fire his Super Bowl winning head coach and Doug Peterson over Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni wouldn't be that hard to fire if that was even the case. Jazz says only 3 times in 57 years that has been done. Not happening. Fair says, so you want all the money in the offense, want defense to be great. What's your plan to revamp the secondary next season? Eli Ricks and Keely Ringo? No, I mean, you could look. I don't know. This is all behind the scenes of what Howie Roseman could do with contracts and the cap hits and all that stuff. So I think it's perfectly fine. I mean, the Eagles have 2 second-round picks this year. Okay. I'm fine with keeping Bradbury this year. And I don't know. They're gonna have to get an offensive lineman within the first 3 rounds, regardless. But I think the one thing they have to keep is they have to keep AJ Brown and Devontae Smith in the building. They have to keep both of those guys in the building. There's no fucking way. And let me tell you something. Devontae Smith is due for a contract next year. Okay, is up for a contract extension next year. And look, the good thing is Jalen Hurts has good relationships with A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's making a lot of money right now. So who knows? He might not take another contract like this. He might take a lesser contract but more guaranteed money. Who knows? But I think you have to keep Devontae. Devontae Smith is a homegrown talent. He's not going anywhere. If you were to pick between Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, yes, Devontae Smith would be in Philadelphia over A.J. Brown because Devontae Smith we drafted Devontae Smith. But A.J. Brown's not just some other player. A.J. Brown is good friends with Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown going to another team, he probably – I don't know if he can really see himself playing anywhere else and dealing with a new team and maybe a bad team. It doesn't want to – he wants to be dominant and, yes, might have to take a little bit less money and not have the contract he just got when we traded for him. But I think the number one thing with this offense especially, I think there's ways to maneuver, but it's not hard to get a wide receiver 3. It's not hard to get running backs that are good behind this offensive line. I think they're totally fumbling the chance with DeAndre Swift. Swift was pissed off last game. 6 carries in the first half. Wide receiver 3, it's not hard. Like I said, it's not hard to find a wide receiver 3. Quez is walking. Quez is definitely walking. And he's always hurt. I've liked Zacchaeus so much better. Why give Quez Watkins the ultimate big throw in double coverage last Sunday? Like, the guy hasn't played. The guy just came back literally a week before San Francisco, and you're throwing some fucking deep ball downfield. Like what do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do? That's what pissed me off. That reminded me of the Super Bowl where he didn't play in consistent games to the Super Bowl. Grade 2 shoulder sprain. Give him one of the best throws in the Super Bowl. And guess what? It went right through his fucking hands. Yo, we got Marcus Blackman. What's going up, dude? I hope you're having a good day, man. Fucking crazy shit, dude. I'm shocked how Quez had an opportunity like that. I'm shocked I feel like half the time when they throw in double coverage, they're just looking for a PI call. Like they're just trying to force a PI call because BrianJohnson has no idea what to fucking do after that. Or Nick Sirianni, whoever the hell it is, first half, second half. I forgot when that throw was in the second half or the first half. I don't even remember when that throw was. I didn't even watch that game again. Hurts overthrew Quez. He beat his man. I don't know if that's the case because all I saw, maybe it was underthrown. I don't know if it was overthrown. I'm not sure. He wasn't going to catch that shit anyway. DB talking now. What's going on, dude? I don't think that was double coverage. I think Hurts underthrew him and threw it late. Yeah, I think it was an underthrown ball. I don't think it was overthrown. I think it was underthrown because I remember he came back and jumped. I hope Goddard depletes Bell. Yeah, Dallas Goddard's going to have like a fucking revenge game because that man broke his forearm. If you stiff arm somebody, just drop the other way. Turn your body and drop on the ground for a first down. I don't care what it is. TL Hopkins Super Chat, thank you so much, man. He says, imagine getting Julio Jones and never throwing it. I don't even get what's with Rashad Penny. What's with Julio Jones? Like, I don't. What are these extra guys that we pick up and don't use them? God damn. Quez Dropkins. That's his name. Don't wear it out. I'm not trying to be entertaining, dude. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm pissed. Like, I'm fucking pissed, dude. Beyond. I mean, I made this video about Big Play Slay. Okay. And like people actually got mad at me. Like people were pissed. People are pissed. I'm telling you right now, if the Eagles lose against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, I'm gonna be stay away from me. Don't even watch a video. I'm telling if the Eagles like lose Sunday and show like no fight in this game, I don't know how I'm gonna be after that game, but it's not gonna be good. I'm not going to be the Eagles fan everyone thinks I am after that game if they actually lose that shit. It's going to be really bad. Like, because they got their asses kicked so bad against San Francisco and they come back and, like, they just shit the bed. I mean, for bragging rights would be nice just to shut out Dallas. Just to shut them out would be fantastic. Slick says, we need to get rid of those QB draw plays here. Hurts ain't 100% be running those plays. No, and they do that all the time. Third and long, 100% of the time. It's literally a QB draw. It's literally a QB draw or it's a screen pass. That 3rd and 19 to Devontae Smith was the luckiest fucking screen pass that we got. I mean, Devontae Smith doesn't break tackles, okay? Because look, he's got chicken legs, all right? That guy, you wrap your arms around one of his twig legs, he's going down. Okay. 3rd and 19, they do the screen pass. They get it. And you know what they did? They passed 3 times in a row. 3. There's no hot route. There's no RP. Like, how do you slow these linebackers down? Like Fred Warner, they got monster linebackers. And you're not slowing them down. You're not even slowing them down. Simple as that. And you think you're going to trick them by doing play action a million plays in a row when you haven't had a successful run game. You can't do the play action without a successful run game. This is football 101. This is fucking high school level shit. Seriously. Dude, you'll be fucking nuts if Dallas beats us. Oh yeah. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be. It's not going to be good. Mm-mm. Jarrell says we're winning the division back-to-back time in the last time. Yeah, I think the division is definitely locked because of the conference wins, and obviously division's been pretty good. So I think the Eagles have the division locked. I'm not worried about that. Number one seed is where we really do we deserve it? I mean, I think next game is really going to show us on Sunday if we actually really deserve that shit. Honestly. Chris says Andy used to call those wide receiver screens to Pinkston all the time. They failed. Uck says Jalen wouldn't take off running open field everywhere. All 22, he just held it. Yeah. There's definitely a missed speed with Jalen Hurts. There's no doubt. Daz Benson says, I'm from the UK and I know you have to run the goddamn ball. Dude, it doesn't matter where you're from. We all know there's got to be a run game here. And we said, like, I'm telling you right now, DeAndre Swift would have 1,000-yard season right now. I mean, easily. I mean, fucking easily, dude. You know? There's hilarious that the staff is having the same fate as Doug. OC leaves that team and the offense becomes miserable. Because I'm telling you right now, okay, I'm telling you that I don't know how to say it. I just lost what I was going to say. Fuck. I don't know. I'm so heated. I'm so heated. I hate this shit. I hate that we have 10 wins right now. We're literally this pissed off. I hate it. Xavier says, yo, the Eagles are just following the NFL script that they handed out to all the teams. Yeah. Jeremy says run game won't work because everyone knows when we will run. And that's another thing, the usage. I want to give DeAndre Swift 18 to 25 carries now. I don't care about saving it for the playoffs or making sure I'm done with that saving it till he's healthy. Let him be healthy bullshit. I'm tired of it. Like Swift can handle it. Since they literally, since they have savored him throughout the season, okay, there's a good shot that they could run the fucking shit out of him now. It is time to unleash him even more. They have to. They have no choice but I can't run. I don't know what this whole thing. If Nick is running these plays in the first half, I don't get I don't get the infatuation with Kenneth Gainwell in the passing game and the motion. We're the last ranked team that uses motion. No creativity at all. No creativity whatsoever. They don't use motion. They'll use motion with like Kenneth Gainwell in the backside motion. Like, what is he going to do? What attention is he bringing on a backside motion? What? They treat Kenneth Gainwell like he's just, I don't even know. Between the 20s, why? Oh, my God. God. I can't. Steve said, I would resign Swift and pick up Zach Moss this offseason. He was a free agent. Why would Swift want to come back here? Sorry, I'm eating my favorite candy, by the way. Send me some over. Why would he want to come back? DC Trucker, what's going on, man? He said, love my team, but I don't have a lot of faith in them. I like in them like I did in the beginning of the season. I'm not losing faith. It's just I feel like they got their hearts ripped out last week. I feel like they literally took the Eagles' soul last week. Like this team should never be bullied around. And it was embarrassing that they were bullied around last week. The way and that fucking embarrassing. I don't know. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Hey, send some over. Send some over. Parterfly says Gamel doesn't have good running back frame either. No, I mean he's not. He's not a he. They act like he can go out for passes and he can catch a ball on a. I mean he's got best traction and I don't even know, dude. Like I don't get why they use him in the passing game and I just I don't know. I don't know where is the Gainwell situation factor in? Is it just Sirianni just has this fantasy about him being like the best running back for us? I don't get what it is. Fat Falk says, Joey, did you play the new RoboCop game? It's gory. I have not, and I've seen it, and I need to play it. So Colin says, Joey, I think you're going to end up eating your own words. I hope I am. Okay. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. If the Eagles lose against Dallas, it's going to be bad. This shit is going to be fucking bad. It's not going to be good. Jeremy says, how about misdirection play or chunk play over the middle after a successful long pass play? I never see the last time how many slants do we throw? How many? It's screen, it's draw, it's a QB draw, it's bubble screen, like the bubble screen. Oh my God, I can't stand that fucking play. I hate that play. That play goes nowhere because the Eagles are so slow at like how KC was doing it to us, like quick, like right off the line, under center, quick passes. Slick says, let me find out the real reason why Ellis goes and Leonard. We can't, dude, look at this shit. Okay, I'm going to get into some things. Look at what the Eagles see. This is why linebackers a joke, okay? They've dipped in the free agency like 4 times. 2 times in camp. Another 2 times that Penny guy that went to Dallas that got out of his practice squad contract, okay? Now, if Shaq Leonard like does really well, shit, they could sign him for like another year or something like that. Would be great. I hope to God, but it's hard. How do you evaluate your players that are going to be here next year, or you want to re-sign? How do you evaluate guys that are going to be in this defense? Like Sean Desai has to go. It's got to happen. There's no way they're wasting Jalen Hurts' years. They're wasting the golden years of like a 10-win team, and it's going to turn into another fucking miserable ending. It's going to turn into a miserable ending. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I hope I am fucking wrong, but I hope it doesn't happen. If they're one and done in the playoffs, oh man, it's going to be like, if you get the number 1 seed and you get into the playoffs and the end and the division, if a 1 seed, I swear, changes are going to have to be made. Don't blame the players. Blame your fucking stupid coaches. Blame them. The players shouldn't have to be punished. Even though, look, if the Eagles start a bad player at a certain position, that's on them. That's on Howie Roseman. That's not on the player. Don't blame the player. Blame the coaches. Blame the front office. Blame them before you blame anything else. The players are not going to be an excuse. The coaches and Howie Roseman are going to be are not going to be the excuse. They're going to be the reason why. TJ Edwards is balling out in Chicago. Balling out. Alex Singleton's leading the defense in tackles right now. I mean, it's just stupid, dude. Kaiser White is playing pretty damn good in Arizona. I see, and Ellis, as soon as Ellis went on waivers and Nick Sirianni came out and said, oh, I didn't think Ellis, I was really hoping that Ellis was going to make the practice squad. Are you fucking serious? Why did you guys put him on waivers? Why? And you lose a special teams guy that we need. 6 teams interested. Taken by you just lost Christian Ellis forever. At least you don't even have on special teams now. So now you lost another special teams guy. Now you're down to Van Ben Summerin, undrafted free agent out of Michigan State. He's a freak athlete, but he needs to get his terminology right, and his tackling just sucks entirely. You're literally held by 3 one-year deal linebackers right now. 3. 3 of them. It's insane, dude. It's fucking insane. John Douglas says, man, I don't care about what Slay did in this game and what the deal is. He does not have to do of getting tough and bring it hard, hit back. That's the problem with Slay. He big play Slay. So play like it. It's a joke, man. By the way, we got 257 in the chat. Appreciate you guys dealing with me tonight. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and like the stream. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, it's been a long night. But we're here. You guys call Van Helsing Van Summerin as Van Helsing? That's funny. Michael said the tight ends were totally ignored. No targets for Stahl, Calcaterra, because they don't trust them. They don't know how to run an offense where they can get everybody involved. Dallas Goedert's going to be the main reason why they say the offense hasn't been working, because, A.J. Brown's getting double teamed, and they're coming out with fucking excuses, shitting out of their ass. That's what they're doing. Colton B says, Joey, AJ says we need more Ringo. What is going on with this AJ Brown Ringo shit going on? AJ Brown, like Ringo's making him a better player? Oh no, don't tag me and shit, guys. People are tagging. Don't tag me and shit on Twitter of me saying shit. Oh boy. EC. Radiation Boss, what's going on, dude? Remember, for 8 months, is White and Edwards could at least tackle well. That's true. Edwards is having a good year. I miss TJ Edwards a lot. I really do. I think that was probably one of the biggest mistakes on it. I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, like Chauncey's attitude, like Chauncey's pushback, like Chauncey was just, man, I miss Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I don't even care what he said about Philly fans. I don't even care, dude, because obviously it was just a stupid. I would welcome him back in open arms next year. I really would, like, so bad. I would. I'm not even kidding, dude. They gotta put they have to put money in linebacker. You're gonna have Reddick back and be like, oh, we have Reddick, so we'll just do some fill-in 1-year deals around him. It's just not gonna work like that. It's not. Nakobe Dean's already been hurt 3 times. You can only put 8 players on IR per year. You can only put players for a team. You can only put players on IR 8 times for the year. Okay, and Nakobe Dean's been on IR 2 times already. Quez has been hurt 2 times already. You know what I mean? Yeah, Camu Gruchet-Hill was great. Camu was great. He was a great player for us. Great player for us. Deeves, I keep hearing all this. AJ Brown said this week that what he said exactly. I have no idea. Josh says Slade's coverage stats against 49ers: 33 coverage snaps, 3 targets, 32 yards allowed. He was Eagles' leading tackle. Yeah, leading tackler with 5, dude. 5, because they were scored on 6 consecutive drives, dude. I think I tackled well. Like, seriously, dude? 5 tackles? I'm not saying he had bad statistics, but no, you don't got to take it down. It's fine. I don't care. It's free speech. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Oh, man. Trade Dean for a 6. Ugg says AJ is not happy. No one is happy. The locker room is dead. Colton says, Joey, isn't it crazy how far we've come? You said people will go crazy if we lose Dallas. We would still be 10-3. I remember 4-11-1, but I think honestly we beat Dallas by 14. I'm usually pessimistic. I hope we do. It's gonna hurt if they lose, regardless. If they lose by a field goal, or I don't want it. I want a little bit of just production in the first half. It's all I'm asking for. But you played one good quarter of football last week. You played one good quarter. I better see a fucking game plan this week. I hope. I better. Dallas Goedert's going to be back for this game, which is huge for this offense. We got King of Kings member for 10 months, almost a year, a couple months to a year, man. Thank you so much. He said, love you, Joey, but our team have softness all over. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks this. You know what I mean? I'm glad I'm not the only one that kind of thinks this. So, because this is a problem. DB says, did AJ say we got it fixed this week? That's one of the things I heard he said. And if he said that it was easy to fix, why, how? I don't know. I mean, AJ's like, just watch Sunday. What happens? Watch Sunday. I'm like, dude, like, you guys, I don't care what you guys, I mean, I hope you guys are pissed off, but you guys have to show it on the field. I'm sorry, but I don't care how emotional you are. I don't want to hear how emotional you are this week. I want to just see it on Sunday. I don't care about all the talk and, just come watch Sunday. And then AJ puts that stupid tweet up on Instagram or whatever. He puts that picture on Instagram where I forgot what it said, but it was like, oh, I'm open all the time or some stupid shit. You know, I'm tired of that too. It's another thing I'm tired of too. People talking shit all week and then they can't fucking back it up. Willie says, Joey, let me make you laugh. Bring back Reggie White. Yeah, no, bring back Troy Vincent. Bring back some good fucking cornerbacks. Bring back bring back Buddy Ryan. Bring back, I mean, seriously. I mean, I need something more. I take Wink Martindale right now as defensive coordinator. I take Wink Martindale in a fucking heartbeat. I'm done with this scheme. After this year, like, I'm done. If Desai's the coach next year, I don't want them to go into the next offseason and be like, oh, well, Desai got us 12 wins, 13 wins for the season. And, I'm like, dude, like, that's not the point. The regular season is the regular season. Seriously. Cowboys fans, laugh now, cry later. Take a look at your remaining schedule. Y'all are done. I mean, the Cowboys still have some tough games to play. That's what's going to make a difference too, because the Eagles got really through their hard schedule, and the Cowboys still have to play Buffalo. They still got to play Miami. They still got to play Detroit. The Eagles have a better light end of the schedule. It's not cupcake. I mean, it's cupcake for us because we got through our hard part of the schedule already. Still got to play we got 2 primetime games coming up. We got Dallas on Sunday, then we have an extra day of rest for Monday night against Seattle. And I don't think the Seattle I mean, if Geno Smith does damage to us, then I don't even fucking know, dude. Then I don't even fucking know. Debo backed it up. Yeah, he did. Much respect to Debo Samuel. I can't talk shit about him. I can't talk a fucking thing about him. What am I going to say about him? I'm still trying to figure out what is Matt Patricia doing here. I totally forgot he was even here, dude. I mean, I totally forgot he was here. Yeah, but what's going on, dude? Dallas choke season incoming. Joe Ray says, "Man, we didn't complain this much when we were asked from 19 and 21. We got some. We some side. Yeah, well, we get crazy, dude. We want, because of the roster that we have right now, it should be perfect. We should be putting up 35 plus, 40 plus points on teams with this offense. So it's no excuse. I mean, all I wanted for these past weeks from the beginning of the season was at least a better first half, a more productive first half. You know, the Eagles are 4-1 in the gauntlet. You know, I get it. The script says San Francisco was supposed to do that. That's funny. Alexis Sirianni wants closeness like some college, high school coach. I think his mind is stuck in Mount Union. I really hope not. Patricia takes over and Desai gets his own gig. I don't even know about that. I don't know how I even feel about that, to be honest with you. Ryan says, oh, by the way, Matt Weeks, thank you for becoming a YouTube member, man. Appreciate it so much, dude. Join the squad up. Appreciate it, dude. Definitely check out the memberships you guys had either for support and all that great stuff. Appreciate it, Matt, so much, dude. Don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Ryan says, we know how this team should play, and we aren't seeing it. I know. If I felt like this team had no chance to do anything or change it, the one thing that's on the Eagles side right now is time. They have a lot of fucking time on their side. Like, they're lucky that this isn't the last game of the season. Just imagine if it was the last game of the season. This would be horrible. The Eagles have time to fix shit, and they're quick fixes. They're not – it's not impossible to fix what you – like it's light things. You know? King says, Joey, these players are getting paid $20-30 million to tackle, and they're completely complaining of getting hurt. Are you serious? I'll tackle for $100K, and I'd be happy for it. This is football, for God's sake. I know. I flipped out on my video, bro. After I saw that, and I saw a lot of Eagles content creators tweeting that out, and I was like, wow. And there's some Eagle fans out there that are like, dude, like, he's thinking long term. Like, why are you being like that towards him? Like, oh my God. Like, I did this stupid reenactment just for fun of, like, I was tackling my computer chair. I was like, oh, like I was tackling Deebo Samuel, like, oh, don't you ever talk to Bradbury like that again. Oh, by the way, sorry. Sorry. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is this. I'm saying the best way, I love doing this shit. I love doing it. I love being a passionate fan because maybe getting your ass kicked wasn't so bad. Maybe it wasn't so bad. Maybe it was literally like, hey, like, it's so exciting to see how this team can respond. Like, that's what I'm excited for. It's what I'm excited for. You know what I mean? We got Chad Taylor Jr., super chat. Says, damn, man, I tuck with you, dude. So real, stay true. You tuck with me. I mean, I think you meant to say, yeah, meant to say fuck with me, but you're good. You're good. Appreciate super chat very much, man. Much love, much love. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Send that clip. I said, send that clip to Slade so he can see how he hit something with a piece. I swear to God, it's like, what did you say about Bradbury, you bastard? Like, that's how they tackle these fucking guys. Like, Debo's coming from Debo's on kick return, wanting all the smoke, and they're just like, they have no balls. They have no balls to fucking lay somebody out. It's crazy. Uck says, we are spoiled, so we have the right to throw a tantrum. Clinton says, we need Reich in here. I mean, that's a big possibility. I'm surprised. I'm actually really shocked he's not an offensive assistant right now. I'm actually kind of shocked over that a little bit, that he's not an offensive assistant. So I think due time, I don't know, because apparently like BrianJohnson is like a hot commodity when it comes to head coaching jobs, like number one. Jeff says, too many throwing shoulder into runner, hoping they fall over. He said, my favorite play, honestly, from a DB in a game against the 49ers was when we lined Sidney up in the box and he made that tackle for loss. Yeah, he did a really good job. I saw that clip. It was pretty good. Yeah. That's a man that will sacrifice his body for the good of the football team. Okay? That's a guy that will – and look, I give guys respect. Even if they're not great players, I'll give them respect. You know, that they do that. Josh Jobe, remember last year against, I think it was the divisional round against the Giants last year? Like, remember that big hit by Josh Jobe at the end of the game? Like, shit like that. Like, I respect players that do shit like that. Even, I sent Slay a tackling video. Oh, no. How to tackle 101. Bradbury is the zone cornerback. Slay is man-to-man. We need to make defense around that, like how we did against the Dolphins, who at the time had the number one offense. Yeah. They did a great job that game. I thought we were going to get smoked that game. I was like, Tyreek Hill is going to have like 150 on us, easy. But, man, they did a great job. Did a fantastic job. Wait, what did he say? Hold on. Somebody said something. Somebody said they sent me something, but I don't know. Radiation Boss, what's going on? Appreciate the super chat, man. He says, we need that, Johnson attitude on defense back. Opponents don't fear coming into Philly anymore. Our home field advantage isn't the same. It doesn't feel like it. After that game, it don't feel like it. It don't. It's really sad, honestly. Herb Tucker says there are too many distractions this week behind this loss. I hope they don't lose focus. Yeah, there's a lot of, Jalen Hurts should be benched. This is a fraudulent 10-win team. Dallas is going to blow us out of the water. You know, it's the same shit, dude. It's the same shit. Appreciate super chat radiation. Appreciate it. King says, Joey, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it this year. It's tough. If they play like this, even how they've been playing all year, if they play like this, I don't think they're winning a playoff game. I don't. They're not coming out in the second half of games like they were doing in the playoffs like that. It's just, and to be honest with you, against San Francisco, I thought protection was great. But when you're not running RPOs, you're not slowing down these linebackers, you're not threatening the play action with a successful run game, that's what's going to happen to you. Remember the few times it did play action and Hurts was sitting 10 minutes. I'm saying I'd say 8 to 10 seconds on a few really good protections really well. You know what I mean? It's crazy. TK with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, isn't the bad game plan series fault? He approves them. Yeah, I mean, it's all. Nick Sirianni is the reason why we have BrianJohnson as offensive coordinator. He's the reason why we have the same scheme, because that's what he wanted going into this year. He wanted the same scheme as Gannon and the right coach to run it. that wanted to run it. I miss Shane Steichen a lot. The Colts look like us, and they don't even have great. I don't think their offense even has as many great players as we do, and don't use them to their advantage. It sucks. It's horrible. Clinton says if we only had a Dawkins-like player, yeah, I mean that you'll never get another Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins is who he is because he'll never. Nobody will ever be that. You know, Malcolm Jenkins was the next guy that was like, man, that was the next guy that we stole him from the Saints. The Saints didn't pay him. They let him go in free agency, and the Eagles picked him up, and the Saints literally fucking regretted that move for a long time. Jarrell said, if you think they're listening to all of this BS being said about them, then you don't know our birds. No, I mean, I think some players do listen to. I think players do want to see. I don't think the whole team doesn't listen to it. I think there's obviously players that they're on social media seeing it. I don't see why they wouldn't see it. Chris says, why can't a coordinator just leave after a year? Isn't their contract longer? Well, yeah, I mean, but the Eagles can they can leave, but the Eagles will have to pay them the next few. It's not cap space or anything. That's out of the franchise pocket. I mean, when Gruden left the Raiders, they still owed him. What was his contract? Like, I forgot what John Gruden's contract was with the Raiders. It was like it was like $100 million, I think, for 10. It was like $100 million for like 10 years or something, like crazy shit. It was like $100 million for like 10 years or something like that. It was crazy. Steichen here 2 years. Promotion can't be blocked. Oh, that's the rule. I got it. So by the end of their second year, you can't block. So after the first year, you can block. The second year, you can't. Reddick says, Slay responded to Seth Joyner. You think they don't pay attention to talking heads on social media? Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a pure example of the team listens to social media because that's what Slay fucking did. He got so bothered by that shit, he had to say something. But his answer was the worst answer we could have gotten. Michael says, Joey, remember that Miami didn't have Waddle and Arcane? Well, they had Waddle. I think he ended up getting hurt during the game, but we can't control that. Can't control that. We haven't been healthy all fucking dude. We haven't been healthy all year. And yeah, Arcane is a fast running back. Like, yeah, I mean, he's fantastic. And obviously that was a big loss for them that week, no doubt. But they're still a good team without him. He doesn't make up that team. Man, us letting Jenkins go shredded my heart. Yeah, I mean, I was at work. I remember I was working at ShopRite when that happened, and when I worked there, and that happened. It wasn't good. I didn't like that at all. Steve said, I honestly think if VA gets head coaching gig, that would be the best thing. But who are our options? Frank, are you sure? Yeah. Unless Brian DeBall gets fired, I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong. We got a super chat from Fugly Gang DB. Appreciate it so much, man. He says, I don't think calling this team frauds is so far-fetched. We can't deny that we kept winning games without playing winning football. You know, playing winning football is different than finding ways to win. Yeah. I mean, I didn't say they were frauds. I haven't even said that. I don't think the Eagles are frauds. I think they have just a lot of issues with coaching, and I don't know. The way they have won games has been absolutely entertaining and really nail biting, and has given us 10 fucking heart attacks and probably 25 ambulances coming to our rescue. I think that's what it's done. But why make it harder for yourself? Why is Nick making it harder for ourselves? So That's what I got to say to that. That whole thing. You know what I mean? All right, all right, Alex. I'll see you later, man. Have a good night, man. Little G Griffith, like great teams in the Eagles. Eagles beat Dallas Cowboys. I'm a big fan of Eagles 31, Dallas Cowboys 17. Huh, I would love that. I wish I could say it's true. Karen Joeyshakes, next season, would you let Tyler Steen develop to right guard or draft another one early? I'd draft a right tackle because I don't think Lane Johnson's going to be around too long. I think Lane's got another 2 years under his belt. They should develop a guy. If Kelsey retires, Cam Jurgens goes to center, Steen goes to right guard, and I think you develop a right tackle. You draft him within the first 3 rounds. You develop a right tackle that can play right guard and right tackle. This way your right side is still good because Jack Driscoll is just too much of a liability at this point. I thought he played better in that Bills game. Don't get me wrong. I thought he played fantastic. So, you know what I'm saying? Jarrell says, if that's the case, then why don't the green dots just audible out of plays being called when we assume that the players know it's bullshit? I don't know. Are they told to audible out? Kind of like how Jalen Hurts audibles out of certain plays. Is he allowed to do that? I couldn't even answer that. Matt says Dan Stilio is just there for click and views and troll people to get a rise. Dylan Knight says, even if we beat Dallas, I'll still be pissed. I won't. If we beat them by like a fucking point or like a last minute field goal, I'm just gonna be like, dude, can you guys like just start to like, I'll be happy with the win over Dallas. It just depends how they win. I'll be happy regardless. If they struggle so much and win again like a nail biter, like I'm like, dude, you guys just can't get out of your own fucking way with these nail biter games. It's a division game. You're expecting it to be close. Both teams know each other's players really well. Both coaches know each other really well. The blueprint is out on the Philadelphia Eagles. Watch out. So, Matt says Dill will probably be pissed because we should have done the Niners at home. Richie says Eagles will return played tough all the time. He was rewarded with ALS. What? Karen says, would you bring Josh McDaniels as an offensive assistant coach? I don't know. He was almost our fucking head coach at one point, right? Wasn't he almost our head coach at one point? Yeah, I thought he was going to be our head coach. That would have been really bad. Chris says, don't give these talking heads what they want, reacting angrily what they say. Jazz says, garbage Seahawks have a real organization and own Philly. Mr. National says, hopefully last Sunday will be a major loud wake-up call. Fucking agree to this, dude. We need young blood in the secondary. That is true, bro. Rigo says, I can't believe Jason Peters is still playing. His wife must have expensive habits. 42 years old, dude. Like, god damn. Like, what the fuck? How is his body still holding up, dude? Slade played bad, but give him a break. Football is more about smarts over toughness. Yeah, but that was just a bad that was just a bad thing. That was a bad statement. Like, he could have said anything else, but that was just bad. I don't know. He says not giving Slay a break. Carl says, I agree. You took the money, played hard. That's what I'm saying. And if you can't handle it, then fucking retire. If that's the case, like, then retire. Like, if that's how you feel and you feel like you can't go 100% and tackle guys the way you wanted to, then retire. If you're worried about injury so much, then retire. Like, he almost went to Baltimore. Like I said earlier in the stream, he almost went to Baltimore, and then he came back and got more money. Like, he got more money. For what? for that, for what he said. So I don't know. But we got 213 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. I think we have 100 likes. Let's get the likes up. I appreciate it so much. LJ says, Joey, you clipped it. Slay said he didn't want a concussion so that he wouldn't miss a game for the team. Cornerbacks aren't paid to be the leading tacklers on teams. Yeah, and he thinks that's not a good stat, dude. It's not a good stat. Follow the gang, DB with Super Chats. To be honest, I don't know why they just let the 49ers come into our house, disrespect us, and they have nerve to not to respond. Joey is sick as dude, it's sicking me all week. It's sicking me all week. But the exciting part is, can we see this team rise up and prove us wrong? Can the coaching staff prove us wrong? And that's going to be the difference, I think, going forward. Y'all fans are hilarious. Slay's solid. I hate our fan base sometimes. Oh, well, blame him for putting that statement out. So that's just his doing. I mean, he puts it out. Like, if you're going to put something out on social media, your fans are going to see it, and you know how fans are going to react. So watch what you put out, and then you won't get the reaction that you're going to get. That's what it is. Just like me, I put out this video on Slay. People are going to hate it. People are going to like it. People are going to be a little, I don't know about it. But at the end of the day, I'm being real. And it's just my opinion. My opinion doesn't matter. I'm just a fan. I don't got any say in anything. This is just how I feel. Whether people agree with me or not, I still respect people agreeing with me or not agreeing with me. It doesn't matter. I don't care. At the end of the day, all of us in the chat, whether we agree or not on things, at the end of the day, we want this team to win a championship. We want this team to get better, and that's all that matters. Whether we agree or disagree on things during the season, and that's all. That's what it's about. That's what I'm doing, bro. That's what I'm doing. I don't back down from shit. I don't put on how I am on YouTube is how I am in real life. Like, I just don't give a fuck what people say. I will never be censored by anybody. Never. If that's like, I'm not trying to be a podcaster. I'm not trying to work for the Eagles. I'm not trying to get a job in media. I don't, this is a hobby at the end of the day. This is it. Like, I don't fucking give a shit. I care about you guys, and that's it. Other than that, there's nothing else I care about. I mean, there's other things I care about in life, but you know what I mean. OG Aguilar, what's going on, man? Appreciate Super Chat. Says, I'm taking my broom to the tailgate. Don't worry, we got this. I'm an Eagles fan from Dallas. I get hate every day. Dude, rep well to be in enemy territory. I appreciate that so much. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun, man. You should be having a good time. Bring that broom, feel proud, and hopefully we get something going. So Matt says, I can 100% confirm this is real, Joey. You guys are always getting. And Matt knows me. Matt Weeks knows me personally, by the way. So I don't have two different personalities. Like, I go on YouTube and act like oh, yeah. So Eagles just put out a tweet 5 hours ago. It says, focus in. There's a big picture of Slay all by himself. I'm telling you, that he knows what the fans are saying right now. He knows. So that's it. That's it. But other than that, you guys have a fantastic day. So the schedule for this weekend, we will have the Philly Shakedown Saturday night. Sunday, we'll be streaming the Eagles versus Dallas Cowboys for Sunday Night Football, live play-by-play reactions. So definitely show up and show your support for that. And then Monday, and we'll have the post-game Sunday night, obviously, Philly Shakedown Sunday night. Then we'll have videos. And then Monday, we'll have a stream just like this by myself, talking about the game. And I'm hoping to God I'm in a good mood. I'm hoping to God, because I'm hoping I'm not going to show a really bad side. I'm hoping to God not. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Appreciate the super chats, the memberships. Very grateful for that, and grateful for all of you that have been supporting the videos and letting me be me, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Guys, enjoy the rest of your... Well, enjoy the weekend. And I will see you guys later. Shakes, go up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.